Today's video might be the most important message I've shared on this channel, because what I'm about to show you could change the way you invest heading into the next decade. There are thousands of stocks out there, hundreds of trending names, and every day investors get pulled in different directions, but every once in a while a company rises above the noise. A company that isn't just another ticker symbol but a long-term wealth engine. And in today's video, I'm revealing one stock that I believe every serious investor should at least consider owning going forward. This is not hype, this is not a pump, and this is not short-term guessing. It's a breakdown of real fundamentals, real growth, real opportunity, and real long-term potential. Before we get into the details, remember this: successful investors don't just buy what's popular today. They buy what will still matter 5, 10, even 20 years from now. And the stock I'm talking about is a company already shaping the future and expanding into industries that didn't even exist a decade ago. What makes this stock so powerful is not just its current numbers but its unstoppable momentum. It's building an ecosystem that grows larger with every new user, every new product, and every new innovation. When a company reaches that level, it stops being just a business and becomes part of everyday life. And companies that become essential are the companies that reward shareholders the most. The stock I'm talking about is Nvidia, ticker symbol NVDA, and if you've been following this channel for any amount of time, you already know I don't call something a must-own unless the numbers, the trends, and the future are all lined up perfectly. Nvidia is no longer just a chipmaker. It's the backbone of artificial intelligence, the fuel behind machine learning, robotics, autonomous cars, cloud computing, gaming, data centers, and everything in between. It's the company powering the AI revolution at a scale we've never seen before. And here's the thing most investors still don't understand: AI isn't a niche market anymore. AI is the new electricity. It's the foundation technology that every industry will run on, from healthcare to finance, from transportation to entertainment, from cybersecurity to education, and Nvidia is the company providing the engines for this global transformation. Now let's talk about why I believe this stock deserves serious attention. First, demand. Nvidia is selling so many AI chips that companies are lining up like it's a limited edition product. Tech giants are racing to secure supply. Cloud companies, Fortune 500 corporations, and even governments are competing to get access to Nvidia's chips. And these aren't cheap chips. They're some of the most in-demand, high-margin products in the entire tech sector. When a company designs something the world desperately needs, and when competitors are years behind, that company becomes a dominant force. This is exactly where Nvidia is today. Second, Nvidia has created a business model that generates revenue not just from hardware but from software, licensing, and long-term partnerships. The company knows AI hardware may evolve fast, but AI ecosystems last for decades. Nvidia is locking in customers by giving them everything they need: the chips, the software, the training tools, the development platforms, and the AI infrastructure. Once a company builds its AI system using Nvidia, switching to another provider becomes unlikely. That means consistent revenue, sticky clients, and long-term growth baked in. Third, Nvidia isn't slowing down. The company is investing billions into research and development. Every year, they launch faster, smarter, more efficient chips. And because AI demands massive computing power, each new generation of chips increases performance by huge margins. This is something extremely rare in technology. Most industries innovate slowly. Nvidia innovates at lightning speed. And right now, no competitor comes close. AMD is pushing, Intel is trying to catch up, but Nvidia is years ahead, and in technology, being years ahead may as well be decades ahead. Another reason this stock stands out is because it's expanding into new fields that could become trillion-dollar industries on their own. For example, autonomous vehicles. Nvidia's self-driving platform is already being used by major automakers. As more cars move toward full automation, Nvidia profits. Then you have robotics. Factories around the world are being automated, hospitals are using robots, warehouses are using robots, and Nvidia provides the AI power behind these machines. Then you have cloud computing. Every major cloud provider uses Nvidia hardware to run their AI services. That means Nvidia gets paid every time those companies grow. It's a ripple effect, and Nvidia is at the center of all of it. Another key advantage is Nvidia's leadership. Great companies need great leadership, and Jensen Huang is one of the most visionary CEOs in the world today. He doesn't just run the company, he shapes entire industries. The ability to see future trends before others do is rare, and Nvidia has built its success on anticipating the next wave: AI, GPUs, data centers, autonomous tech, and executing perfectly. When you combine visionary leadership with cutting-edge technology, massive demand, and global adoption, you get a stock that has potential far beyond the average tech company. Now, let's talk about financials. Nvidia's revenue has grown at a pace that doesn't even look real compared to traditional companies. Their margins are massive, their free cash flow is exploding, and their balance sheet gives them the power to invest aggressively, acquire strategically, and continue dominating market share. This isn't a company struggling to stay profitable, it's a company generating so much cash that its biggest challenge is deciding where to invest it next. And that's the kind of company long-term investors love. But here's the part most people misunderstand. Even after huge growth, Nvidia is still early in the AI revolution. AI today is where the internet was in the late 1990s, exploding fast but still only scratching the surface of what's possible. Every business on Earth will integrate AI. Every industry will rely on AI infrastructure. Every new breakthrough in technology will require faster and more powerful chips. Nvidia is positioned right at the very center of that transformation. And if AI becomes the most important technology of the next century, Nvidia becomes the most essential supplier of that technology. Of course, no stock is risk-free. Nvidia is a high-growth company, which means price swings will happen, corrections will happen, and volatility will happen. But here's the truth. Volatility doesn't change long-term value. Corrections don't change demand. Short-term dips don't erase long-term potential. The biggest mistake investors make with high-quality companies is letting temporary market noise scare them away from long-term opportunities. If you zoom out, Nvidia's long-term story is still extremely strong. Another thing to consider is this. While other tech companies rely on advertising, subscriptions, or business services, Nvidia sells the picks and shovels of the AI gold rush. Instead of trying to guess which AI company will win, Nvidia wins no matter what. Whether it's Google, Meta, Amazon, Tesla, OpenAI, or any new startup building the next AI breakthrough, they all need Nvidia hardware. That gives Nvidia something incredibly rare: guaranteed demand from every direction. The entire world is investing in AI, and Nvidia profits from all of them. The next decade will be shaped by AI technology, and Nvidia is positioned to be the most important tech supplier of that era. That's why many analysts, investors, and institutions believe Nvidia still has years of growth ahead. And the earlier you position yourself in a company shaping the future, the better your long-term reward potential becomes. Now let's talk about strategy. If you're a long-term investor, owning a company like Nvidia isn't about buying and flipping in a few months. It's about holding through market cycles, adding when the price dips, and letting the company's long-term innovation work in your favor. Great companies reward patient investors. Nvidia is one of those companies. Whether you invest weekly, monthly, or every dip, the key is consistency and patience. Think about the investors who bought Apple 15 years ago, Amazon 20 years ago, or Tesla 10 years ago. They didn't get rich by trading daily. They got rewarded because they believed in the long-term potential of a transformative technology. Nvidia is shaping up to be that type of company for the AI era. A company that could be significantly larger 5 to 10 years from today. A company that keeps reinventing itself. A company that continues leading the most important technological revolution of our lifetime. And that brings us back to why this video is titled, "You Must Own This Stock." I don't use that phrase lightly. But when you combine innovation, leadership, financial strength, explosive demand, and global dominance in the fastest-growing tech sector in the world, you get a stock that deserves attention from every serious investor. Nvidia isn't just a company riding a trend. Nvidia is the trend. If AI becomes the backbone of the global economy, Nvidia becomes the backbone of AI. If automation becomes universal, Nvidia powers it. If autonomous driving becomes mainstream, Nvidia profits. If robotics reshape industries, Nvidia is behind it. If data centers expand, Nvidia is in every one of them. This is a company positioned at the center of every major tech transformation currently happening. And those opportunities aren't slowing down, they're accelerating. So the question isn't whether Nvidia has potential. The real question is how much of that future growth you want to participate in. Because the investors who understand the long-term story early are the ones who benefit the most. If you believe AI will change the world, if you believe technology will keep advancing, and if you believe the future will be faster, smarter, and more automated, then Nvidia is a stock worth considering. As always, do your own research, invest responsibly, and make decisions based on your own financial goals. But based on everything we know, everything we see developing, and everything experts are projecting, Nvidia stands out as a company with one of the strongest long-term profiles in the entire stock market. And that is why this stock earns the title of a must-own for long-term investors looking toward the future. Thanks for watching today's video on Stock Predictor. If you found value in this breakdown, hit the like button, subscribe for more deep dive investment content, and tell me in the comments what stock you want me to analyze next. Stay smart, stay patient, and I'll see you in the next video.